All right, Cowboys fans, let's dive deep into what's happening with Dak Prescott and this Dallas Cowboys team this season. Because honestly, what we are witnessing might just be the peak of Dak's career so far. 5 games in, and it's becoming more and more evident that this is not the same Dak Prescott we saw in years past, struggling with inconsistencies or riding on the coattails of a dominant offensive line. An elite running back, this version of Dak is in complete command. He's precise, intelligent, and incredibly poised in the pocket. And the way he's leading this team feels like a quarterback in total control of his destiny, even amidst so much uncertainty around him. If you take a step back and really look at the context, it's almost astonishing. The Cowboys are in a transitional phase. The offensive line is still in rebuild mode. They don't have a number 1 receiver in the traditional sense. The running game is more by committee than a feature-heavy attack. And yet, Dak Prescott is performing at an elite level. That combination of skill, intelligence, and leadership is not something you see every day in the NFL, especially when the supporting cast around him isn't flawless. It's important to highlight how much Dak has evolved as a quarterback. This isn't just about making throws or avoiding sacks. This is about understanding defenses on a level that many quarterbacks, even great ones, never reach. Dak is reading coverages pre-snap, adjusting protections, and calling audibles with a level of confidence and accuracy that has the entire offense functioning smoothly. Watching him operate in the huddle and at the line, it's clear he's not only a talented player, but he's also a student of the game. He knows his personnel, understands tendencies, and exploits mismatches in real time. There's a level of football IQ here that elevates the Cowboys as a team, and it's reminiscent of the best version of Tony Romo before injuries and circumstances interrupted his prime. But unlike Romo, Dak seems to be doing this with fewer guarantees around him, and that's what makes this even more impressive. He's taking a team in flux and turning it into a highly competitive squad in an extremely challenging league. Numbers don't lie, and if we look at some of the advanced metrics, Dak Prescott is not just performing well, he is dominating in ways that aren't always obvious to the casual observer. Metrics like expected points added, EPA, and adjusted quarterback ratings, which account for drops, sacks, interceptions, defensive interference, and even game context like weather or opponent strength all point to one undeniable conclusion. Dak is operating at an elite level. He is putting the offense in a position to succeed on nearly every play. Even when things don't go perfectly, a drop pass here, an unlucky interception there. The overall production and efficiency tell a story of a quarterback who is not only competent, but exceptional. He is influencing the outcome of games in ways that go beyond mere stats, and that's something that gets overlooked far too often. Another aspect of Dak's play this season is consistency. One of the criticisms that has followed him throughout his career is how the narrative swings wildly. From week to week, one game and he's a top MVP candidate. The next a loss occurs and suddenly he's being criticized as overrated or underperforming. But if we zoom out and consider the bigger picture, what Dak is delivering is nothing short of remarkable. This is a player who can consistently keep his team competitive in the NFL, regardless of the talent around him or the challenges the team faces. Losing a star receiver or a key offensive lineman might derail many quarterbacks, but Dak adjusts, adapts, and finds ways to win. That's the hallmark of elite performance. His ability to manage games, make high-level reads under pressure, and elevate his supporting cast is a skill set that cannot be overstated. Let's talk about leadership because in Dak Prescott's case, it's just as crucial as his physical skills. Leadership in the NFL isn't just about talking in a locker room or giving speeches. It's about instilling confidence in teammates, making smart decisions in crunch time, and leading by example week after week. Dak has a rare ability to do all of that simultaneously. The way he handles adversity, whether it's a struggling offensive line, drop passes, or a tough defensive matchup, shows a maturity that many quarterbacks never fully develop. He doesn't panic under pressure, and he makes his team better by maintaining composure and focusing on execution. That's why even in games where everything doesn't go perfectly, the Cowboys remain competitive. Because Dak keeps the offense cohesive and the players around him accountable. His presence in the pocket and the calm authority he exudes radiates outward, and you can see the difference it makes on every snap. Of course, we can't ignore the adjustments Dak has made over the years to reach this point. Early in his career, he benefited from a stacked defensive line and a dominant running back, and while that certainly helped him establish himself, The growth we're seeing now is what separates good quarterbacks from great ones. He has developed a deeper understanding of timing, spacing, and defensive schemes. He anticipates pressure, knows when to release the ball quickly, when to step up in the pocket, and when to use his legs to extend plays. This level of adaptability, combined with his ability to make plays on third down and in critical situations, is what elevates him from a very good quarterback to one of the most dangerous and effective players in the league today. And while advanced stats and metrics are one thing, the eye test tells its own story. Watch Dak Prescott play and you'll see someone who isn't just reacting. He's controlling the game. Every throw, every adjustment, every decision demonstrates a quarterback fully aware of the impact he has on the field. He's not relying on luck or the talent of others alone. He's orchestrating success. That's why this season feels different. It's not just a good stretch of games. It's a demonstration of mastery, and for fans of the Cowboys, it's a rare opportunity to witness the player at his absolute best. Even when critics question his playoff potential or compare him unfavorably to other quarterbacks, the reality is that Dak is doing exactly what elite quarterbacks do: winning games, keeping his team competitive, and constantly elevating his level of play despite obstacles. The team's record may not always reflect every play he makes, but the broader picture is clear. Dak Prescott is not only executing at a top-tier level, he's redefining what it means to lead this Cowboys team in the modern NFL. Every drop, every interception, every moment of adversity he overcomes is a testament to his resilience and skill. And that's what makes this current run so captivating. At this point in the season, discussions about MVP candidacy are inevitable. And while the award is notoriously tricky and often favors quarterbacks on playoff-bound teams, there's no denying Dak's position in the conversation. He is playing at a level that few quarterbacks reach, and the impact he has on his team's performance is impossible to ignore. The combination of intelligence, leadership, poise, and sheer execution on the field places him in rarefied air. He's not just a participant, he's a difference maker. And for the Cowboys, that difference is translating into competitiveness, excitement, and hope for a season that can exceed expectations. Now, diving even deeper into Dak Prescott's performance this season, it's clear that the numbers don't just support the eye test, they amplify it. When you break down his production game by game, you notice patterns that tell a story of consistency, resilience, and elite decision-making. Take, for instance, his game against the Jets. For touchdown passes, sharp reads, and poise under pressure demonstrated the kind of quarterbacking that separates the greats from the merely good. And yes, there were a few drops along the way. A couple of plays that could have gone differently, and even a miscommunication or two with George Pickens. But those are minor blips in the larger picture. The overall offensive efficiency was remarkable, and Dak's ability to elevate everyone around him was on full display. He made his teammates better. His offensive line performed well under pressure despite being in transition, and the receivers executed in a way that maximized his talent. That's the mark of a quarterback who isn't just throwing the ball, but controlling the entire offense. One thing that stands out this season is Dak's growth in high-pressure situations, particularly on third downs and in critical game moments. Early in his career, he was already proficient in these scenarios, but now, he's operating on a level where defenses struggle to anticipate his decisions. His ability to read coverage, identify weaknesses, and adjust routes or protections in real time makes him incredibly difficult to contain. When he steps into the pocket, it's clear that he's thinking several steps ahead, almost like a chess player moving pieces into perfect position before the opponent even reacts. That mental edge combined with his physical skills is why Dak is performing at a level that many NFL analysts are calling his best yet. Consider also the context in which he's performing. The Cowboys have faced challenges that can have derailed many quarterbacks. Key offensive linemen have been missing. Top receivers are not fully established. The running game is inconsistent, and the defense has struggled in multiple games. Yet, Dak's play hasn't just remained steady, it's improved. He's turned what could have been a transitional, uncertain season into a showcase of skill, intelligence, and leadership. Every throw he makes demonstrates confidence. Every adjustment at the line shows preparation, and every decision under pressure underscores his growth. As a quarterback capable of leading a team through adversity, it's not hyperbole to say that Dak is thriving under conditions that would test even the most seasoned veterans. This season has also highlighted Dak's unique ability to manage and elevate his supporting cast. Watching the Cowboys play, you notice how his awareness and command of the offense allow his teammates to perform at a higher level. Receivers are running cleaner routes, offensive linemen are executing blocks more efficiently, and running backs are finding gaps that weren't initially there. That's Dak's influence. He's not just a passer. He's the engine that drives the entire offense. Even when the Cowboys don't have a superstar receiver or a dominant running game, he's finding ways to maximize the talent available, consistently putting the team in a position to win. That ability to adapt and lead in less than ideal circumstances is what makes his season so remarkable. Now, let's talk about efficiency and performance metrics because they tell a story just as compelling as what we see on the field. Metrics like adjusted expected points added, EPA, and other advanced quarterback statistics account for factors such as drops, sacks, fumbles, interceptions, and even game context like weather and opponent's strength. And in these measures, Dak Prescott is far ahead of the pack. His numbers are staggering. He's outperforming many of his peers across the league, often by significant margins, even when accounting for bad luck or mistakes that aren't fully his fault. His contribution to the Cowboys' offensive output is undeniable. The advanced stats confirm what fans have been seeing all season: a quarterback playing at an elite, almost effortless level. Another fascinating element this season is Dak's consistency, which is often overlooked in discussions about quarterbacks. Critics sometimes latch onto a single loss or statistical anomaly to question his ability, but over a broader sample size, Dak has been performing at a remarkably high level. He's not just winning games when everything goes perfectly. He's finding ways to succeed despite injuries, turnovers, and situational challenges. That kind of consistency, particularly in the face of adversity, is what separates top-tier quarterbacks from the rest. It's the kind of performance that inspires confidence in teammates, frustrates defenses, and earns respect across the league. Leadership and resilience are intertwined with Dak's statistical dominance. A quarterback who can throw accurately is important, but a quarterback who can inspire and elevate his team under pressure is rare. Dak exemplifies both. He maintains composure under fire, makes smart decisions in critical moments, and consistently puts the offense in the best position to succeed, even when the Cowboys face adversity. Whether it's a tough defensive scheme or a lack of explosive offensive weapons, Dak doesn't waver. He remains the anchor of the team, the player who others rally around. That combination of leadership, intelligence, and execution is why this season feels like a turning point in his career. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The Dallas Cowboys may have just set the NFL rumor mill ablaze. According to whispers emerging from multiple league insiders, the Cowboys are on the verge of finalizing a blockbuster move. Star defensive tackle Quinnen Williams could be heading to Dallas. While no official announcement has come from the franchise or Williams' camp, the noise surrounding this potential signing has grown too loud to ignore. If true, this would be one of the most seismic defensive acquisitions in recent Cowboys history and a clear signal that Jerry Jones is all in on fortifying the trenches. Williams, widely regarded as one of the league's most dominant interior defenders, has been a nightmare for offensive lines since entering the NFL. His blend of brute strength, explosive first-step quickness, and relentless motor makes him a perfect fit for Dan Quinn's aggressive defensive schemes. The Cowboys, already boasting a frightening pass rush led by Micah Parsons, could become nearly unblockable if Williams joins the front. Imagine the chaos: Parsons screaming off the edge, DeMarcus Lawrence collapsing the pocket, and Williams bulldozing up the middle. Quarterbacks across the NFC East might already be losing sleep. There's also talk that Dallas has been quietly reshaping its salary cap situation in anticipation of a move exactly like this. The front office recently restructured a few contracts, freeing up space that could accommodate a high-profile addition. Coincidence? Not likely. Sources close to the team suggest Jones has been eyeing a game-wrecking presence inside since the offseason began. Williams fits that description perfectly: young, proven, and hungry for a championship run. If this rumor holds true, it would mark a dramatic power shift in the NFC. The Cowboys' defense, already ranked among the league's elite, could elevate to historic levels. Fans in Dallas are buzzing, talk shows are heating up, and social media is in overdrive. For now, it's still unconfirmed, just whispers swirling around the star in Arlington. But if Quinnen Williams does indeed suit up in silver and blue, one thing is certain. Pressure up the middle in Dallas will be guaranteed. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next.